Herod Antipater, known by the nickname Antipas, was a 1st century ruler of Galilee and Perea, who bore the title of Tetrarch. He is best known today for accounts in the New Testament of his role in events that led to the executions of John the Baptist and Jesus of Nazareth. Nero was Roman emperor from 54 to 68, and the last in the Julio-Claudian dynasty. Nero was adopted by his granduncle Claudius to become his heir and successor, and succeeded to the throne in 54 following Claudius' death. David Koresh was the American leader of the Branch Davidians religious sect, believing himself to be its final prophet. Coming from a dysfunctional family background, Koresh became a born-again Christian in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, before joining a splinter group, based at the Mount Carmel Center in Waco, Texas, which took the name Branch Davidians. James Earl Ray was an American criminal convicted of the assassination of civil rights and anti-war activist Martin Luther King, Jr. Ray was convicted on March 10, 1969, after entering a guilty plea to forego a jury trial. Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer, also known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, was an American serial killer and sex offender, who committed the rape, murder and dismemberment of 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991, with many of his later murders also involving necrophilia, cannibalism and the permanent preservation of body parts, typically all or part of the skeletal structure. Joseph Stalin or Iosif Vissarionovich Stalin was the leader of the Soviet Union from the mid-1920s until his death in 1953. Among the Bolshevik revolutionaries who took part in the Russian Revolution of 1917, Stalin was appointed General Secretary of the party's Central Committee in 1922. Mary I was the Queen of England and Ireland from July 1553 until her death. Her executions of Protestants caused her opponents to give her the sobriquet Bloody Mary. She was the only child of Henry VIII and his first wife Catherine of Aragon, who survived to adulthood. Francisco Pizarro González was a Spanish conquistador who conquered the Incan Empire. Pizarro González was born in Trujillo, Spain, the illegitimate son of Gonzalo Pizarro, an infantry colonel, and Francisca González, a woman of means, who Junta was the paramount leader of China between 2002 and 2012. He held the offices of General Secretary of the Communist Party, President of the People's Republic and Chairman of the Central Military Commission. Kim Jong-il was the supreme leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, commonly referred to as North Korea, from 1994 to 2011. By the early 1980s, Kim had become the heir apparent for the leadership of the country and assumed important posts in the party and army organs. Genghis Khan, born Temujin, was the founder and great Khan of the Mongol Empire, which became the largest contiguous empire in history after his demise. He came to power by uniting many of the nomadic tribes of Northeast Asia. Vlad III, Prince of Wallachia, was a member of the House of Dr. Kulota, a branch of the House of Basarab, also known, using his patronymic, as Dr. Kuli or Dracula. He was posthumously dubbed Vlad the Impaler, and was a 3-time voivode of Wallachia, ruling mainly from 1456 to 1462, the period of the incipient Ottoman conquest of the Balkans. Fidel Alejandro Castro Reyes is a Cuban politician and revolutionary who served as Prime Minister of Cuba from 1959 to 1976, and President from 1976 to 2008. Politically a Marxist-Leninist and Cuban nationalist, he also served as the first Secretary of the Communist Party of Cuba from 1961 until 2011. Osama bin Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden was the founder of Al-Qaeda, the militant organization that claimed responsibility for the September 11 attacks on the United States, along with numerous other mass casualty attacks against civilian and military targets. Adolf Hitler was an Austrian-born German politician who was the leader of the Nazi Party. He was Chancellor of Germany from 1933 to 1945 and Führer of Nazi Germany from 1934 to 1945. As effective dictator of Nazi Germany, Hitler was at the center of World War II in Europe, and the Holocaust.